welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Gabby, and today we're putting the emphasis on Hyundai. So we have the beautiful 2022 Hyundai Sonata Preferred with a 2.5-liter GDI MPI engine. So it's naturally aspirated, no turbocharger in this bad boy, but you still get 191 horsepower with 181 pound-feet of torque tethered to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And this isn't going to be our usual review today. We're actually going to take this one out on a drive. So I don't know if you could see in the top right corner, but it says test drive model. So we can finally do a test drive. The reason why we haven't done this before is because all of our cars that come in are typically sold. So it's very rare of us to have a car that we can actually drive. We want to show you it. So let's get into a full exterior walk around. I'm sure by now you've already seen these beautiful fully LED lights. So this is the base or entry level trim for the Sonata, and you can already see it's got a lot of sharp styling. So your daytime running lights, your actual headlight unit, and your tail lights are all LEDs, and they are so sharp. We're going to get a closer look at the design as well too, because you can see it kind of feathers out on almost like an ombre effect is what I would say. It's very striking. You definitely know it's a Sonata. If there's one behind you, you can just tell. We'll come along to the side, and you see we got our amber markers right over here. A lot of chrome accents in your front grille. And I just want to zoom in on the Hyundai logo as well too. It's completely flat. It looks almost like, kind of like a screen, I would say, but it is just a regular logo. Now this vehicle is equipped with forward collision avoidance, and not regular collision avoidance. It picks up cyclists, it picks up pedestrians, and it works in junctions. So if you're making a left turn in an intersection, it works there too. So pretty cool. Now let's take a look at our wheels. These are beautiful 17-inch alloy wheels, and I really like how they did a lot of design elements on it. There's nothing I hate more than boring cars, and those wheels, they're flashy, they're funky, and so is the vehicle itself. We do have body-colored mirrors, so this vehicle is black, so it's going to have black mirrors, but even if you get, I don't know, white, blue, green, whatever color you want, you will have body color there, and you have turn signal repeaters on your mirrors. Come around to the side. It is a push-to-start vehicle, so one thing you'll notice with all Kia and Hyundai push-to-starts, you do have this little button on your door handle, so driver and passenger side. What you can do is you can have your key in your pocket, press that, it'll lock or unlock your car. You don't have to dig for your keys, which I love. And speaking of push-to-start and the keys, I'll show you the key real quick. So lock, unlock, panic, hold for your trunk, and then remote start. So remote start is built into your key fob. You don't have to purchase an additional package. You don't have to go up a higher level. It's great for Canadian winters and summers. So we have the key out of the way. Let's take a look at the rear. So beautiful LED tail lights, like I mentioned. We're going to actually open up the trunk for you as well too, so you can see what space is like. One thing I've noticed with the Sonata, which is a little bit weird, we don't have an actual trunk release button back here. So you either have to open it from the key fob or from the driver's side. So I'm going to open up from the driver's side. We'll take a look. Before I do that though, I will turn on the hazard lights so you can see all the lights in action. And I'll step on the brakes. So those are your brake lights and your hazard lights. And now we will pop the trunk. All right. So you can see our beautiful trunk here. It does have your summer mats as well. It is quite a deep and I'd say long trunk as well. So whatever you need, you can definitely make it work, make it fit. And I just want to show you underneath this floor, you have a compact spare tire as well as your, changing tools. And then under there, you do have a little bit more room as well too. So whether you want blankets, first aid kit, anything, you do have room underneath your floor. We'll shut this real quick. One thing I hate about black paint is I see my fingerprints after. Drives me nuts. Now we'll take a look at the side. So your gas cap is on the left side of the vehicle. Another quick look around. And then I guess this is a good point for me to bring out the price point of the vehicle. So this is $27,749 Canadian, and this is the entry level for the Sonata. So there are a couple different trim levels above this. They'll have different engine options, different transmissions, and different, of course, interior options. Now Charlotte's going to take over. We're going to show you the interior real quick, and then we're going to take it on the road.
Hey everybody, it's Charlotte, and we are switching off, and I'm going to be doing a brief overview of the interior, and we're also going to be talking about it a little bit more once we're actually on our drive too. But just to give you guys a good understanding of what you're seeing, I'm of course going to open up the door. This way you can take a look at the door itself. So something that's very interesting about this vehicle is you might notice how thick this armrest is. So this is actually a feature that is specifically mentioned in the brochure and in the ordering guide. It is leather wrapped, it's a lot thicker than usual, and it is very comfortable to set your arm on and drive. So you'll be able to see that a little bit as Gabby's driving the vehicle, but I wanted to show it that way you guys could see it. For our mirrors, they are heated as well on the side, and they are power adjustable too, but they do not fold in or fold out when locked or unlocked on the vehicle. I'll have Mark give an overview of the cabin now. This way you guys can see the screen, you can see the seats, you can see what the dash looks like. Something I'll point out just as he's panning down towards the center console is you'll see that we do have the button shift-by-wire style gear shift. So that is, of course, how you're going to be changing whether you're in park, whether you're in drive. So we'll show you that because, of course, we're not really going to be throwing the vehicle in park while we're driving because, you know, we'll be driving. But the last thing I'll just point out before we get on for our little road test is just the seats. You'll see that they are very much feel like a premium cloth material, and they do have the nice design in the center too. Again, this vehicle, it may be an entry-level model, but it really it packs a little bit of a punch. Like, I'm always surprised at the features that they do have, and sitting in the actual cabin of it, you'll see that it's very comfortable, it's very convenient, and there's a lot more tech features than you may have anticipated for this being an entry-level model. But with that being said, let's hit the road. All right, everyone, so we are now in the Sonata. We are starting our drive. And so to start off, I'll start by talking about some of the features, the tech features that we have, and then Gabby, she is our chauffeur for the day. She will talk about the safety features we have, and we'll actually be able to do a bit of a demo for them too. So first things first, you've probably noticed our lovely 8-inch display screen. So this is for your media. And of course, with this, you do have the capacity for Apple CarPlay. It is a wired Apple CarPlay. You'll see down here that we do have our USBs and everything like that for connectivity, which is why this isn't illuminated right now. The other features it has for your comfort, of course, we're going to have heated seats and a heated steering wheel in the front for both the driver and the passenger. It's a nice leather wrapped steering wheel, and it's nice and warm and roasty toasty now that it's getting cold out. And then also, of course, you've got air conditioning. You do have the dials for air conditioning framed in with the piano black, so it looks very sleek, same as in the consoles. And also, this is actually a push start vehicle, so often we don't really see that a lot on the entry-level models. We see it a lot more in the mid to upper trims, but that is something that's included in this vehicle, so that is super nice as well. We do have different drive modes on this vehicle too, and it's also equipped with auto hold. So if you don't know what auto hold is, when it is engaged, essentially when you are braking and you come to a complete stop, and it gives you the capacity to take your foot off of the brake and will hold you actually at a complete stop until you put your foot back on the gas. So excellent for drive-throughs. We have done a video showing the different features that we have used during drive-through, so we'll make sure that that's linked down below too. But that's really going to be as far as the tech on the inside. So Gabby will now talk about some safety features.
All right, so as we're driving, it's a little tough on this road, but I do have the lane follow assist system on, and essentially what that does is it's going to take control over the steering for you. So there's no curve in the road right now. It's not the best time to show you, but we're going to get somewhere with a curve, and you'll see the steering wheel kind of take over and steer for me. So just give us a second as we get up ahead. Wondering if I should lane change. There we go. And then we'll also show you your blind spot, or your mirrors will light up to show you that there is a vehicle in your blind spot. This vehicle does have blind spot collision avoidance. So essentially what that means is if I have my right signal on, there's a car in my right blind spot, and I go to change lanes, the car will sense, hey, you're going to hit them, and pull me back into my original lane. So using opposing brake force. So it can mitigate a collision on a lane change. Another thing is, I guess now is a good time to show the steering assistant. So there is a curve in the road. You'll see the wheel kind of take over and move by itself and follow the curve. There's not a major drive, but you saw the road was curved and we're still in the middle. So there we go, we're good. It works amazing on the highway. Another thing is it has adaptive cruise control. So let me turn on the cruise control, set my speed. There we go. And then I'll set my following distance. So you set it with this little button here. Right now I'm at the second closest distance for the vehicle ahead, and as they slow down or as they pick up speed, so will my vehicle. So let's see, hopefully we can hit a light. Maybe not. But I'll press it one more time and we'll get a little bit closer now. It's reminding me to keep my hands on the steering wheel. And we've gotten a tad bit closer to the vehicle ahead of us. So pretty cool. So, all right, so now we are just on a regular residential road, so we're not going to be going very fast, but I do want to show you guys the steering assistant. So this is called lane follow assist. Basically, there's a camera right behind this rear view mirror here that actually picks up the lanes ahead of me and keeps me in line with the lanes. So you may see my steering wheel move a little bit. It's following the road. So after a while, it will give you a warning to put your hands back on the wheel and, you know, steer your car or drive your car. But it is quite nice, especially with the adaptive cruise control. As we get onto the highway, I will show you that in action as well too, so everything working together. But watch this bend here. Do you see the wheel moving itself? Okay guys, so right now we're driving in smart mode, which is actually switching us into an eco mode because we're driving slowly in the city. So this is going to be the best mode for fuel efficiency. If that's a big thing for you, you always want to be in smart mode. As we get onto the highway, which we're just about to do, I am going to switch it into sport mode so we can talk about how things feel different and what the pickup's like. So bear with us a couple seconds. I'm also going to show you adaptive cruise control and lane follow assist. So before we do that, because everyone's slowing down here, lane follow assist works with a camera that's just behind our rear view mirror right over here. So it picks up the lanes ahead of us. If there's no lanes or if there's only one lane, it'll kind of do an imaginary lane there. And if there's no lanes at all, it'll work based off the vehicle that is ahead of you. So it's always going to kind of work. It works, I believe, speeds of 10 kilometers per hour to 180. So if you're above or below, it ain't gonna happen, kind of thing. So now we're gonna hop on the highway, the 403 East. I'm gonna cycle it into sport mode and let's see what it can do. So immediately I notice the steering is stiffer, so a more sporty like feel. In normal mode or comfort mode, sorry, the lanes. Well, you know the lane keep assist system works. Now we do also have blind spot detection, so essentially our mirrors would light up if there was a vehicle in our blind spot. There we go, but there's nobody in our blind spot right now. And you can see the steering system work for me. So there's a curve in the road and the vehicle is steering itself, handling the curve of the road. I'm going to turn on the adaptive cruise control and set it to speed. We're at 100 right now. That is the speed limit. Don't come for us. And as I get closer to the vehicle ahead of us, it'll keep me at the set distance I allow. So I have it at the closest following distance right now. You can set it further back. There's 4 different levels. And as they slow down, even if they come to a complete stop, my vehicle will do the same thing. So it'll work with the vehicle ahead of us. If I want to turn that off, I just turn off cruise control and it's gone. Then at any point, I can adjust the speed or the following distance just with our button on the steering wheel right over here. Now this is our exit, so we're going to hop off. There we go. I'm going to throw it back into, let's do normal mode. And immediately I feel the steering is much softer. That little beeping button, that's just whenever we cross over the lane. That is something you can turn off. So essentially what I have in my car is I have the steering assistance on, so we'll actually kind of take the curve of the road for you, but I have the lane departure warning off because sometimes it's annoying. So you can really play around with it and make it custom to what you like. And this whole curve of the road, the steering wheel is giving me pressure. So it's assisting me. I'm still have my hand on it, I'm still driving, but it's kind of helping me. So it's nice to have, especially if you do a lot of commuting, a lot of long drives. You really like it. I find that for test drives, a lot of my customers are like, whoa, this is so weird. Every manufacturer does it a little differently, but I think Kia and Hyundai do it very, very well. What I have to say about drive modes, normal and smart mode are going to be pretty comfortable, pretty standard. Your steering wheel is going to feel light. It's going to be easy to maneuver, easy to handle. The vehicle itself is very planted into the ground, so very car-like handling. The vehicle is a car. It's quite easy to see out of as well. And then the safety features on it are fantastic. I love blind spot detection. This one has the collision avoidance for blind spot as well too. So if there was a car in my left or right blind spot and I had my signal on and I still decided to merge lanes, it would pull me back into my original lane with opposing brake force. I mentioned earlier it does have junction collision avoidance assist. And even on the highway, if you're kind of merging through or someone cuts you off, it will give you a warning, and then if you fail to react, it will brake for you. So great features to have. I gotta say, this test drive's been pretty nice. Charlotte, how does it feel as a passenger?
I am very comfortable. I've I'm very comfortable in my seat because back support means everything to me right now. If you're new to the channel, I'm 6 months pregnant. Heated seats and back support are everything to me. So I'm incredibly comfortable.
Yeah, it's very comfy to drive. I'm used to driving cars. Charlotte drives an SUV, so this is going to be a little lower for her. But I feel at home in this car. And these seats, they're very, very comfy. So I do like that a lot. I'll show you the steering assistance as well again, so you can see we're on a curved road and it steers for us. So pretty cool. There's only one lane on this road as well too, and you can still see um, it works. It works quite well. I always recommend my customers try it on this hill here. This is our usual test drive route at Brantford Kia. So if you want to test drive a car with us, this is where you'll probably end up going. That's all for our video, I would say. Charlotte, do you have any closing points?
Thank you guys so much for coming along with this little drive for us. We were glad we were able to do it today. If you haven't, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel. It really means a lot to us, and we are a real dealership here in Brantford, Ontario. So if you are curious about any Kia content, we can actually help you out with that. If you're interested more in the Hyundai content, we can help you out with that as well. We'll connect you with the right people. Our sister stores, Brantford Hyundai and Owen Sound Hyundai. And yeah, if you have any questions or videos you want to see, make sure that you post them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.